Yo, what's up? This is First coming at you from the Comeback Kids. Want to welcome you to our next installment of Clashing with the Comeback Kids. Gonna jump right into it today. Actually wanted to create this video to talk about our most recent clan war, which we unfortunately did not win. Not going to get a whole lot into that. Wasn't one of our better wars. We're making improvements along the way, but every once in a while we have a war where some of our raids just don't go the way they probably should. And so, but anyway, that's not why I'm making the video. I'm actually making the video because of one of my attacks in that war. And before I jump into that, this is going to have a lot to do with these little guys right here. Now, if you don't know what that is a skeleton trap, which means you see that little circle. When this is on a defense, when an attacking troop gets within that white circle, this thing will release, I don't know how many, 2 skeletons, which in and of themselves are like little goblins. They're not really going to do a whole lot of damage to you, but they're going to create a distraction. And your troops are going to leave what they're doing. The moment those little skeletons attack something, your troops are going to leave what they're doing and go attack these little skeletons. And so, meanwhile the defenses are shooting at them. And so, I'm going to show you what happens when that occurs. And I think this is going to change some of the things about clan war attacks and how you set up your defense for clan war attacks. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of, let's see, it was on this base. So I attacked this base and I used a GoWiPe army. So that's golems, wizards, and P.E.K.K.A.s. And I think I had a couple of witches in the clan castle to try to take out their clan castle troops. So my basic idea was to come up here from the left side. Let's see, right here. I move my mouse. So the left side, I'm going to come here, try to lure out the clan castle. You can see the clan castle radius is right there. So if what I did is I wanted to drop some hogs over here, go straight for that archer tower, lure out the clan castle because that was inside of the circle, bring the troops out here, kill them, and then start my raid from this way. And basically, try to open up the areas here to get into this section, and then use a jump spell to get into the middle. So I didn't have to worry about wall breakers going left or going right to these other little mini compartments. So I use wall breakers to get into this, but then a jump spell to get into the middle. And what you're going to see is somewhere here or here or here, I don't remember where, but there was skeleton traps. And well, you're going to see what happens when those skeleton traps come out as I show the replay here. So, alright, first things first, send in a barbarian to make sure there's no big bombs or traps or anything right there. Then send in the hogs, and you can see, I'll pause it here, he's got a witch, he's got a couple of wizards, so that witch right there, a couple of wizards, and a balloon. And I think the balloon is quite frankly there just to make it a little tougher to kill all the troops, because you're sitting there shooting at the balloon, which has quite a bit of health. So I drop my clan castle, which has a couple of wizards and these 2 witches, and they're going to do their job. They're going to distract the witches. I mean, they're going to distract the wizards from the other clan castle, although those wizards mow through those skeletons pretty good. And you can see that mortar over there is, well, I've already dropped the golem, but that mortar has taken out some of my clan castle troops as well. And so, and this is kind of a brain fart here. It took me a while to figure out that I probably ought to drop that lightning spell right there. I mean, you can see they're all gathered right there, and I had kind of hoped that my clan castle troops would take care of them. But if I get them bunched up like that, one lightning strike will take care of that witch and take a bunch of damage out of the wizards, and make them a lot easier to go down. So I will eventually do that, but it takes me way too long. So I guess that's my first disclaimer, is that everything I'm about to show you, there are definite ways I can improve my raid, and I'm trying to constantly learn ways to improve and become a better attacker in Clan Wars. But for the time being, I'm going to have these little mistakes, but that's not why I'm showing the video. There's something that's going to come up here that's really enlightening when it comes to these new skeleton traps. So I think I'm finally going to figure this out, that I ought to drop the lightning strike. There we go. So okay, so I've now taken care of that. The wizard's gone. Got one golem there, and I don't think I've dropped the second golem, so let's go here. There's the second golem. So now the attack is starting. So I've got golem 1, who's got about half life left, golem 2, and then I'm going to back it up with some more wizards. I've used a couple of wizards here. Unfortunately, those witches and wizards are going to get shot by these defenses over there, but alright, let's see how this continues to develop. So the X-bow is locked in on that golem, which makes it easy to get the wall breakers in. Wall breakers right there breaking in, wall breakers are breaking in there, and I should have wall breakers breaking in right there. So at this point, everything's looking pretty good, because I've got that golem, he's still got half life left, and I've got these golemites still taking hits from the defenses, and I got wizards coming in behind to help clean out these buildings. So far everything's looking okay. So then I drop 3 P.E.K.K.A.s, because I dropped one and I saw it targeted the king, which is perfect. Send these suckers in, they go right into this area right here, and they're going to be able to help clear this out, and then there'll be nowhere to go but right over that wall once I have a jump spell. And so it's all looking good. Drop the jump spell because you've got quite a bit of time. It's 40 seconds at level 2, and so you can see this. The rest of this replay won't even last 40 seconds, so there's a spoiler alert. The Inferno is locked in on the P.E.K.K.A.s, but that's not a big deal. P.E.K.K.A.s have lots of health, and those multi-target Infernos don't do a whole lot against them. So far, everything's turning out okay. Rage them up, get them through that compartment faster, and I still got 2 rage spells after this. So they take out the king, and amazingly, I get what I think is lucky, that they go straight over the wall to go after that archer queen, because she's shooting at them now. So they bypass all these buildings, go straight into the center compartment to go take out the queen. But what you can see behind the queen right there is one of these skeleton traps. So let's fast forward here. Alright, so now they have jumped into the middle. They're getting hit by 2 Infernos, but they're both multi-target Infernos, so that's not a problem. You got the queen. They should be able to take out the queen with basically one swipe, because remember, there's 3 of them. All 3 have made the jump. They're kind of stacked up, but you can see right here there's 3 different health lines. They've got almost full health, so looking good. And they're raged. They're just coming out of that rage spell, but they still have a little rage. Alright, so the queen's gone. You can see her little dizzy there. They took one swipe. They've still got, this one's got, 2/3, this one's got 80%, this one's got maybe 90% health. The P.E.K.K.A.s are still very much alive, but what you see here is at least 3 of these skeletons. They have come out of the skeleton trap. And what you're going to see when I unpause this is that those P.E.K.K.A.s are going to sit there for what seems like forever, killing these skeleton traps, because remember, a P.E.K.K.A. only swipes every couple of seconds. Now they're big swipes. When they hit a troop or a building, it carries a lot of power, but they're not constantly shooting like, say, a goblin or the witch's skeletons. Instead they're taking a swipe every couple of seconds. So you can see that's 1 second. That's 2 seconds. There's still 2 skeletons there. What is that, like 4 seconds? There's still 1 skeleton? I mean, it's completely unclear to me why it's taking this long, but I guess, you know, like I said, it takes a couple of seconds to swipe. Meanwhile, take a look at the health. This one's now down to the last 10%. This one's about 50, and that one's maybe 75. Finally, just got rid of that last skeleton. Now it's going to start taking shots, but you can see one P.E.K.K.A. is gone. Another one's down into the red already, and this one's about half. So they take down the clan castle. That one walks up there. It's gone. Oh, and here come 2 more skeletons. Lucky me. It takes out the Expo. Meanwhile, I haven't even been following, but the king and the queen did get dropped. I was so frustrated with the P.E.K.K.A.s, wondering where they were going, I didn't even notice. The queen died without even using her royal cloak. So that was a big mistake on my part. Here comes the king, but he's been taking shots while the P.E.K.K.A. was not taking down the defenses. So he's half, but I use his Iron Fist. I get him up, but now he's got these skeletons to deal with as well. So he's going to sit there, take 1, take 2, then he finally gets in the middle, starts taking swipes, but by then it's way too late. And that's the end of my raid. So these skeletons don't do hardly any damage. Like I said, they're like little goblins, but they actually distracted the P.E.K.K.A.s for what, 10 seconds? By the time and I had 3 P.E.K.K.A.s. So, and then they distracted the king as well. So I guess the question is, what do we do about it? How do we counteract that? Is GoWiPe dead? Is this trap going to kill GoWiPe because the P.E.K.K.A.s are incapable of dealing with these skeletons quickly? Do you have to use GoWiPe because the witches and their skeletons can counteract these skeletons because you can get rid of them more quickly? Or do you need to bring in another lightning spell? In that case, maybe a lightning spell would have got rid of them. Those P.E.K.K.A.s could have gone. But remember, there was 2 skeletons. At Town Hall 10, you actually get 3 of these skeleton traps. So you get rid of one, you use a lightning spell, and then if another one's right behind the Town Hall, like was the case here, you don't have the light. You can't bring all lightning spells. You need some rage or some jump. So I don't know. And then you got the multi-target infernos. So really bringing witches is very dangerous as an alternative to P.E.K.K.A.s, or even bringing wizards is dangerous because that multi-target inferno can take out a bunch of them at one time, and witches can't spawn skeletons fast enough to stay out ahead of a multi-target inferno. So I don't know. I think that this is going to make GoWiPe very difficult. You saw my P.E.K.K.A.s were even raged, and they still took them forever to get rid of those skeletons. So anyway, I'm going to show it to you one more time in full speed, and even though it's not slowed down, it's still going to look like those P.E.K.K.A.s are just sitting there forever. Alright, so speeding through this. Opening up that. Alright. Now, the P.E.K.K.A.s are enraged. They're going to jump over the wall after they kill that king, and then you're going to see how long. We'll just count. Alright, so it's at 30 seconds right now. They just jumped over the wall to go to the queen, and the skeletons just popped out. So that's at 30 seconds. I believe they just now went over to start attacking the clan castle because the last skeleton was down. So that was 14 seconds to get rid of 3 little skeletons, if I saw the 3 skeletons correctly. Maybe it was 6 skeletons and I could only see 3. But 14 seconds with 3 X-bows, 2 Inferno towers, and that Archer Queen or Archer Tower all shooting at them. So P.E.K.K.A.'s got a lot of life, but not that much. So anyway, that is my video for today. Hope you enjoyed it. It ended up being a little longer than I would have liked, going through all those slow motions, but hope you learned something. Hope this benefits you in future clan war attacks or in setting up your defense for opposing clan war attacks. So anyway, leave a comment below if you've got any thoughts about this video. Hit subscribe if you'd like to find out about future video content. Otherwise, keep on clashing. Talk to you next time. See you.